Hi, good evening, everyone, and welcome back to this side where we capture jury voices of the best DNI Practice of Asia study. And it's quite incredible, how the study was conducted, especially in the midst of very turbulent and very incredible times. I must commend again all the organizations that participated in the study. We invited organizations from business organizations, we invited educational institutions, NGOs. We reached out to mid-sized and small-sized companies to ask them to be able to participate. And what we have today are the winning organizations. I must say we attracted entries from over 56 organizations, and these were over 100 best practices that we shared. I cannot underline enough how incredible it has been to be able to have them participate. This was a stringent process of being able to articulate, the best practice, to be able to explain context for the practice, and to be able to go on to talk about the impact that the practice made within the organization. So it takes a lot to be able to explain the DNI philosophy, the context, the number of years of work that have actually gone behind some of these practices, which is quite incredible. And then, of course, the lockdown through which a lot of these entries were attracted. And I must commend the jury who stayed with their promise despite a lot of dates shifting around because of the very turbulent environment in which we were still attempting to be able to carry out the study. And here we are 9 months down the line, and we have an online streaming platform. I know many people, had never used a streaming platform. We did a lot of exploration before we figured which one to really use. And I must say the incredible amount of work by the team to be able to orient every single speaker. We went man to man to be able to make sure that the over 60 speakers today, each one was oriented to the platform so that we don't have any last minute challenges of being able to bring you together today on the conference. So I want to be able to start by commending all the organizations that participated. We've invited also the organizations that have not won any awards today to be able to come in and participate. And I'm delighted that many of them accepted our invitations as guest of honors to be able to come in and join in, because frankly, everyone, and we're not just saying this, everyone's a winner. This is such an incredibly difficult journey to be able to undertake. And I think the kind of work that's been done, the kind of years of work that has been done, that has been captured through this is tremendous. I want to be able to draw your attention to the inquiry that we started with, because through our own experience and focus group discussions and the rest of the research that we do from the Women Leadership Forum of Asia, the sense was that this was the diversity and inclusion journey was at a very nascent stage in very many organizations. It at best moved to representation, but it didn't seem to really have picked up momentum. It was still about events and programs, and there was by and large no integrated understanding from a strategy perspective to be able to drive change and build diverse and inclusive cultures within organizations. And while in pockets we heard about absolutely fabulous work coming out of some of the stables, we said, why don't we cross-pollinate, get the ones who are doing great work to be able to showcase what these practices are so that we can accelerate the pace of diversity and inclusion and the pace for building diverse and inclusive organizations by building courage, inspiration, and drive among other organizations who will watch people like you who are winning today and feel encouraged to be able to also go back and do the same. I also believe there is a huge scope for mentoring in this context, because a lot of organizations who are keen to do it may not, like we said earlier in the day, have the advantage of belonging to a much larger multinational organization or having headquarters or a network of people across the world who are encouraging this thinking. And wherever it is not mandated by boards or by the leadership teams, it's an extremely difficult agenda to get off the ground. It's seen as nice to have in very many organizations. Even as we speak today, this agenda means, do you want to hire more women in the organization? And so I'm just simply delighted. We put 13 categories out, and we've been just so overwhelmed with the quality of entries that really came in. But let me not do that talking. Let me bring in the jury members. And we had a very, very astounding set of jury members. We've got 3 of them who are here to be able to talk to you today. And I'm going to start by inviting the very vibrant, the very enthusiastic, energetic, someone who's doing great stuff inside her own organization and also leads DNI, for their groups. I'm going to request Shobha Pandey of John Deere India to be able to come in and share her experience of being a jury member.
Thank you, Sujaya. Can you hear me? I can see a thumbs up. Am I clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So first of all, thank you, Sujaya and the team for inviting me to be on the jury. Thank you to the audience for the thumbs up. You all can hear me. I think this was, I have quoted it somewhere. I think a video which I recorded, I've mentioned that this was by far the most, the best highlight of my career. And I'll tell you why. I think, sometimes you can be when you're on a journey and if you're in a car which can go on a little faster gear, you travel a longer distance. That is what being on the panel did for me. It was heartwarming to see the applications coming in. And I think although Sujaya did mention that, there is, there good work happening in pockets, there's, of course, more strategic work needed. But I think it was amazing to see that, doesn't matter what level of the development continuum you are on a D&I journey, good work doesn't stop coming in. I think it was an overwhelming amount of nominations which we received. I personally enjoyed going through each entry, the effort the applicants team has done to kind of submit their entry and the practices which they are doing. I also think the work which each one of you are doing and showcasing is basically speaking about the soul of the organization. It was just not a document I was going through. It was the soul I was kind of reading. So I want to congratulate and I want to wish best to each and every applying company. And I just want to say all the leaders who are enabling this change, I know Sujaya will surely have some leaders joining us, but I think the thoughts of leadership by an executive can actually light a fire of change. And some of those great organizations we will see getting rewarded. My best wishes and thank you, Sujaya and team, once again for having me on the panel. Thank you.
Thank you, Shobha. You've been just so incredible, and all of you on the jury have been incredible. Just for all of you to know the process, these entries are not, besides helping organizations submit their entry. I must submit, the LNOD Roundtable or the WLFA or the Governing Council plays absolutely no role in terms of evaluating it unless they've been appointed officially as jury members. Our jury is very myriad, and especially on a theme like diversity and inclusion, we brought in jury members from literally all across the world. And we normally follow a cumulative rating process, which means that the jury members rate entries individually. And till we add up the scores, we ourselves don't know who it is that has scored the best points from across. There's a very stringent sort of selection criteria to be able to qualify to get these awards, which should explain to you why, the group that's here today, you're the subset of a very large group that actually applied for awards. And I'm hoping a lot of them are in the audiences here today. I must tell you that we pride ourselves on not asking for registration fees when people apply, because this is part of a study which we want to make available to the community. And the minute we know that there is a set of organizations that are likely to be able to win at our awards ceremony, they are excluded and in fact advised to not sponsor any part of this event. So these are very ethical awards. We make huge efforts as the Governing Council to be able to actually celebrate merit and to be able to celebrate accomplishment and to be able to celebrate excellence. So I'm really delighted that we're here today and we're going to be able to, felicitate outstanding work that has been done across the board, and I'm hoping inspire many people. I want to be able to, at this stage, play out what Teresa Roche had to say. And she joined us from Fort Collins City at Colorado and was a member of the jury. This was a very bulky set of entries to be able to go through because people had a lot of attachment to their entries. And I must commend the jury for having done a really great job. I'm going to call out to request Suneet to be able to play Teresa Roche's comments on the experience of participating as a jury member.
Hello, everybody. My name. beautiful was the stories that were told. Sometimes it was the CEO, sometimes it was those of you that are leading these efforts in your organizations, and many times in your organizations. It was profound to read some of the strategies that you're doing, and I hope to bring some of them back to my organization here in Fort Collins. I also know that the seminar conference is coming up. I'm going to be there for a little bit of that, and I really look forward to it. And I hope many of you join that conference. I know personally, whenever I'm invited to be with colleagues to learn about something that matters so deeply, it's a chance to make meaning, to see things from different perspectives. So I hope that many of you consider going, and I look forward to seeing you in the virtual space. And until then, thank you again, and I am just very happy to have made this video.
All right, great. And I think that was Teresa Roche from Fort Collins, Colorado. She's been the CHRO, global CHRO of Agilent Technologies at one point in time before she took up this job to become the CHRO of a city in Colorado, which is quite fascinating. And we had her on the conference earlier today, those of you who had the privilege to be able to listen to her. I think with that, I'm going to invite Akhil Basrai. And Akhil, again, is a veteran, professional, very big evangelist for diversity and inclusion. For those of you who follow him on Twitter, this is almost 80% of what it is that he posts at most point in time. He's a huge activist for women's rights and for equality of between genders. I'm really excited to be able to invite Akhil, who's also on the governing council of the Learning and OD Roundtable. So Akhil, over to you. Akhil, do you want to
Yeah, I'm unmuted now. Can you hear me? Yeah. Thank you, Sujaya. It was a privilege to be on the jury. And last few years on the jury experience, this year was different for two reasons. That there was one, the entries remained almost the same number, 54 or 56 plus. That was not the difference. The difference was I had two apprehension in my mind as a jury member. That this time the presentation would be done on films, through presentations, and would we get carried away with the form more than the content? And I'm being very candid here, that some of this presentation look very esoteric because they're prepared by many professionals, and they don't want to get carried away by the presentation and look beneath the veneer to see the contents. I think that apprehension was misplaced because the entries, when we looked at them, had genuine good content. And I'm not just saying that because people expect you to say good things about the participant, and I'm not saying that only for that reason, but the interaction with the participant that was missing was another apprehension. So that's okay. When the time changed, we had to adapt, but the objectivity, like Sujaya mentioned, was retained to the T. We made sure that none of the organization I was associated with or consulting with, there was any conflict of interest for me to be on the jury with those organizations. And when I saw the list, finally I said, okay, I'm okay to be on the jury because there's no conflict. And this is very important to understand and acknowledge. The learning part that comes out of this is a reward as a jury member. It's amazing. I mean, you go through these presentations and viewpoints presented, and here we had one more advantage, at least, that I could repeat. After doing the evaluation, I could go back to certain presentations second time and redo it and say, no, 1 minute, I think I'm comparing apples with oranges, and then in the bargain absorb it more and more. So overall, I think this type of competition has only one advantage, that it triggers off learning. And when I was sitting with 6 winners in one of the 6B sessions, which had 6 winners there, and I suggested to them whether they would volunteer to give at least an hour a week, if not nothing very elaborate. If we some of us approach them to mentor other companies those who want to start diversity or who are struggling with certain issue in diversity. And I was so happy. And Alok, your Savneet was on the panel. And I'm glad that Dell today, and one time in the 70s, 80s, there was a law called Monopoly Restricted Trade Practices. Alok, do you remember? I think that law should have applied to Dell today. But that's on a lighter note. Congratulations, Dell, and all the other winners. I think these winners becoming mentors is something I would leave a thought with Sujaya and LNOD team, of which I'm part of the team member. And we would like to become a catalyst to provide mentorship by these successful organizations to organizations who need advice, help, and guidance. And I think that way we could actually facilitate more diversity and more inclusiveness, spreading more realistically. So for me, it was a very rich experience. Thank you for the opportunity, Sujaya and team. And to the winners, the very best. You deserve everything that you get recognition for today. And to those who aspired, and we were very glad to see some very new companies coming in with names like Happiest. Something with Happiest. Sujaya, what is it?
Technologies, Happiest.
Happiest technology, not happy technology, happiest technology. And it's so refreshing. The lady who came and represented that company was sounding and looking happier than many of us. But I think this is the joy of a competition. So I would suggest that we carry forward this learning, and mentorship of people who are successful, holding hands of those who are on the journey is very important. So thank you once again and congratulations.
Thank you, Akhil. Thank you very much. I know the award winners are waiting for us to be able to call this out. Suneet, please help me with this, and I want you to all join in. This is ever so difficult to be able to create the kind of excitement and effervescence that normally exists in the environment when you're calling out awards. So, give them a lot of love and claps and the rest of that virtually. And I want you to know that to be able to, because this was virtual, we've already couriered the awards to them, so they're already available, and we've requested them to be able to show them to you. And I want you to be able to have a lot of excitement, claps, and make some noise for everyone who's won here today. So, Suneet, can you help me get started? So we're going to get started, and Jaykumar and Alok, we're going to come back to you in just a minute. In just a couple of minutes, I want to be able to get past the first set of awards, and then we'll come to Jaykumar. So, Suneet, can you get the deck up, please, so we can get started? Suneet, are you helping me get the deck going so we can call out the names of the award winners?
Yes, we're just...
Yes. So while he's doing that, let me just call out and say a quick thank you to all the sponsors who made this session today possible. So let's hear it out loud for KPI Soft, which has been a key sponsor for this event, and Prithvi Shergill and team. I do hope that you got some value from me by being able to support a DNI event. But there is a very large talent management group that was here, and KPI Soft has an integrated HCM platform. So recommend strongly those of you who are looking for that, reach out to Prithvi and the team. I also want to hear it out loud, give out a round of applause for Academy of Applied Emotional Intelligence and Professor Upadhyay of ISB and his incredible work that they're doing in the space of both EQ and SQ. I want to next call out the Capstone organization. We have been always very supportive of everything that the LNOD Roundtable and the WLFA does, but the team at Capstone is what I want to be able to call out and commend and thank for all the work they did. So thank you, Suneet. Thank you, Rupali. Thank you, Aarti. And thank you, Prudel. Thank you, the interns. We've got 2 interns, were industrial psychology interns who helped on this project. We also have remote interns, one from IIM Kozhikode and the other one from LSR in Delhi. We want to be able to call out to them as well for being able to help us put this event together. So with that, jury voices is what we've already done. Move forward, Suneet, and now I'm going to call out the award winners. I suspect that a lot of you don't know the sequence of winning because you were just simply told you won awards, and your awards don't show up the ranking order because we don't think the ranking order is important. You're all really winners. It's just about the scores being up and down. I want all the award winners to know that we have learning awards for all of you. And this is a list of learning awards. You get a free corporate membership from the LNOD Roundtable. You get lots of other learning products. A lot of them are for free. Some of them are at a discount from all our sponsors, and we'll try and have these out to you later tomorrow. So a whole host of learning awards for all the winning organizations today. Move forward. And I think with that, I want to be able to move forward, Sunil. Ashok's having a connection problem, so I'm going to do the honors on his behalf by being able to call out all the award winners. The first category is Best DNI Initiative for Inclusion of Working Mothers. Keep moving, Sunil. And I'm going to call out the first runners-up is Nbent Thermal India Private Limited. Can we see a round of applause, please? Move forward. This is the first runners-up. Move forward. And the winner in this category is UiPath, Robotic Process Automation Private Limited. Give a round of applause, please. I must say that some of the organizations that have won have incredible stories, and I wish we would have a couple of days or a couple of series of fireside chats to be able to literally capture some fascinating stories that we really got through this process of through this study. So congratulations to both of you. Move forward, Suneet. We'll keep announcing the awards in this segment. Best DNI Initiative for Inclusion of LGBTQIA. Move forward. And we've got this time a couple of award winners in this category. Second runners-up is HSBC Software Development India Private Limited. The round of applause to them. Move forward. And we have the first runners-up, which is Hinduja Global Solutions. These are, first runners-up in this category. Move up. And I think what's absolutely amazing is that it's not just IT, it's also manufacturing, and just the set of entries that we've got. Pretty fascinating, broke a lot of myths. Move forward. And with this, we announce the winning organization, and the winner in this segment is Dell Technologies. So now round of applause for Dell, which is almost sweeping the awards tonight. And which part of the reason why we've literally captured their CEO to be able to be here with us, because we've got to get the secret recipe, the secret sauce from him, and we're going to come to him in just some time. Move forward. Best DNI Talent Management Practice, and in this segment, the winners are, move forward. In the second runners-up, we've got Happiest Minds Technologies Limited, which is what Akhil was talking about before. Round of applause for them for being second runners-up. They've applied, or they've at least applied in our studies for the first time, and I think it's amazing the kind of work this organization is doing. Move forward. First runners-up, again, Dell Technologies. They made a habit of winning in every single category that they applied for. Move forward. And we've now got the winning organization in this category, and I'm delighted to be able to announce. Keep moving, Sunil. We've got winner is StarTech, and we must hear a very significant round of applause for them. We can see Priyanka Bhanti already joined us here. And, those of you who already joined, you might feel free. Yeah, she's holding up her award there. Guys, give her a round of applause. Yeah, she's got her award there. Great stuff. Move forward. And this time, the Best DNI Initiative for Driving Social Impact Change. We're really delighted to be able to present this time. Move forward, Suneet, and the awards go to second runners-up, Dell Technologies. Move forward. And we've got the first runners-up going out to HSBC Software Development India Private Limited. Move forward. And the winning entry in this category is, move forward, Sunil. Can you move forward? All right. The winning entry is Bennett Coleman and Company Limited. I recommend strongly that you go and access their video on the LNOD booth. Very significant, agenda in terms of social impact. They actually invited people who are on the borders of the community, like transgender or single women or sex workers, to be able to participate in a very significant ceremony as part of Durga Puja. So they actually had people come in and participate in Sindoor Khela, which is something that only married women participate in traditionally. They actually broke that, norm, and these are self-created, societal-created norms, and included all women to be able to enjoy this. Very, very significant move. It's changed the entire nature of how it is that Sindoor Khela happens going forward. We've got Amit Das here, so I'm going to invite Amit to be able to say a few words. This is the winning organization, and Amit, thank you ever so much for joining us. I know you were on the panel earlier, but we nothing better than Suneet. Can we get Amit Das to be able to speak?
Amit, you're on. You're not on mute. You should be able to speak.
Thank you, Sujay, and thanks to the LNOD Roundtable and the Asia Women's Leadership Forum for bestowing this honor to us. It only reinforces our belief that the incredible journey that we have been through this DNI initiative, it's created a huge change in mindset, and that's what I was sharing with Akhil during the panel session that we had earlier in the afternoon. That yes. I think it's more of a change in mindset that we could drive across the organization. And the best part, and we take pride in saying that it's not about creating that change within the organization, but also to the society at large with some of the initiatives that we have done, which has really created that kind of societal impact.
Right, and I think you're so powerfully poised to make that impact, and thank you for doing it, and and inspiring others to be able to also follow suit. I must say, when the Times group participates in social impact, it's very difficult to compete with you. So but fabulous work and very, very well done. Thank you, Amit, for always. I know you encourage the team to always come forth and share their best practices. So thank you for your generosity, and thank you for joining us today. Okay, moving forward, Best DNI Initiative for Inclusion of People with Disabilities. And here, move forward, Suneet. We're really excited. Again, first runners-up, Dell Technologies. I told you you're going to see them in every single category here. Move forward. And our winner in this category is Hinduja Global Solutions. I must say, kind of a bit of a surprise move. We've not had, Hinduja in very many of our studies earlier. So it's absolutely fabulous to be able to see what it is that the Global Solutions Organization in Hinduja is really doing. Very commendable, and heartiest congratulations to all of you. Move forward. The winner in this category is StarTech, and I want you to be able to, there it is, they've got their award, and Priyanka Monty showing it off. And, StarTech again has made a habit out of winning in this particular awards platform. Move forward, Sunil. Do we want to move to the next category? Okay, I think we're going to take a pause here to be able to invite CJK Jaikumar. CJK, can we have you say a few words? Do address the award winners and everyone who's in the audience here today. CJK leads human resources for L&T. An incredibly humble person, and I have to share an anecdote, and you have to forgive me for doing this, right? So when I reached out to CJK to participate in one of the webinars, he took over as the head of HR only a couple of months ago. But I approached him to be able to speak at one of our WLFA webinars, and he sent me a message saying that I'm not sure we're doing so well in this space for me to be able to speak. And this was not for this platform, for something else. And it is in the DNI space. And then when I saw the entries that they'd submitted as part of the work here in the study, I must say he's incredibly humble. They have a very rich body of work, lots of deep conditioning from the past, which is up against them. They're a manufacturing company, very male-dominated, and doing absolutely stupendous work to try and bust a lot of myths. It's just ever so difficult to be able to plow some of this and it does take a while. And I must say that he's incredibly humble to tell me that we've not done anything great so far to be able to come out and speak. So I'm going to invite you now to be able to speak. You're winners in this on this platform, and I had nothing to do with it. I was not on the jury, and the jury is a combination of people from across the world. So there's no way we can actually get them to be able to bring L&T on board. And L&T is already such an outstanding organization, but it's incredible to know you're so outstanding on the D&I space as well. So over to you, CJK.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sujanya.
Sujaya, yeah. Sujaya.
Yeah, Sujaya, Dr. Sujaya, thank you very much for this opportunity. I have been going through the sessions right from the morning. Okay. And in fact, I thought I would log out and log in, but I couldn't resist coming out. So I continued for the whole session today. Lot of learnings today. The excellent lineup of speakers. Certain things which hit me was repeatedly it came out. It is a business interest, right? It is not just going for diversity and inclusion. It is a business interest. And somebody very nicely said, "Why do you want to fish in a pond with 50% of fish?" That was a nice anecdote which she said, and definitely it leads to the better position for attracting talent, customer orientation, innovation, creativity, competitive advantage, no doubt about it. And certain other learnings first, one is there has to be a leadership buying in for getting into D&I space. Culture of the organization is very, very important. And we have to put a process in place. Somebody also said you have to measure it. What gets measured gets done. That's another thing which you have to respect the views of others. Do it from the heart. That was one more thing some of the speakers were talking about. And believe it in thoughts, words, and action. And above all, there are also many organizations doing repeated trainings on moving the unconscious bias. It was a great learning experience. Thanks for inviting me for this. Let me congratulate each one of the organizations which has participated and those organizations which has won those awards. And when Mr. Akhil was talking about MRTP, I was thinking, what is he talking about? When the results were announced, Dell has backed the entire thing. I think we should have some restrictive trade practices also in lighter vein. Hats off to Dell. I think they have focused attention they have given in these areas. Each one of the organizations has participated. My hearty congratulations. And for the L&OD team for meticulous planning. It's not that each and at least 2 times they called me. There was some hitch. Again, that Sunit called me back and ensured that my video is on. So I could see that in the entire process, not even a snag any part of the time. Congratulations. Keep it up. All the best.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, CJK. Very well spoken. I'm going to ask Sunit with that to be able to come back so that we can announce the remaining set of awards. Sunit, can you have that up, please? And I want the audience to keep going. Please keep the enthusiasm and the vibrance going to be able to continue congratulating the award winners. This has been a lot of hard work that has been plowed in. And, a lot of organizations reported out impact that they've been able to garner after years of work. So this is very commendable work, and we must appreciate that. Best D&I Awareness Campaign. And here, in this category, the award winners are, move forward. First runners-up is Dell Technologies. No prizes for guessing, so one more time, round of applause to them. Move forward. And the winner in this category is Happiest Mind Technologies. And move forward again. All right, move forward, Sunil. Best D&I Initiative for Inclusion of Millennials. And in this category, the award winners are, move forward again, and we want to be able to hear some noise, so some more clapping. Second runners up to NSEIT. Yes, so we must give a round of applause to NSEIT for having won in this category. Move forward again. Inclusion of Millennials. Second runners up, L&T Next. And CJK, round of applause to you and to your organization for having done this very commendable work. This is a worth reading up entry. So I recommend strongly everybody reaches out to be able to read this. Move forward. First runners-up in this category again, Tech Mahindra Business Services Limited. So many heartiest congratulations to Tech Mahindra. Move forward again, and the winners in this category is Marico Limited. And this again you will find in the best practices handbook. Marico is an incredible organization, and their work in the space of millennials is very copy-worthy. So everybody else who wants to be able to feel inspired, please go read this. I recommend strongly you reach out to the people from Marico who are here today and figure how it is that you're going to be able to borrow some of their insights on how to attract and retain millennials. Move forward, Sunil. We move to the next category, and here we're talking about socio-cognitive diversity practices. The best D&I award for socio-cognitive diversity practice. Move forward again. And this time, the second runners-up is again L&T Next. And so round of applause again for very commendable work in this space in terms of being able to make great attempts to not hire engineers into the organization, which is really fabulous. Move forward. And the first runners-up is Flexi Loans. And as you can see, you have a lot of winners in the mid-size space because we encouraged a lot of mid-size and small-size companies to come in and on board to be able to win. Move forward again. And the winner in this space is Rangbhoomi. And Rangbhoomi does work in the space of performance and using applied theater and driving insights and service orientation and the rest of that within the community, and some very commendable, distinctive work done in this space. So heartiest congratulations to you, Chetna. Move forward. We move to the next category. Move forward. We've already had Jaykumar speak. So best D&I initiative for gender diversity and empowerment. I know this is a category which is very competitive, lots of entries in this space. But let's look at the award winners and keep the claps going. Yeah, we must be more generous with all this stupendous work that these people have done. Move forward again, and we're going to start calling out the winners. This is a special jury commendation. So this did not add up as a winner, but the jury, more than one jury member had mentioned, can you please acknowledge them? This is Beyond Pinks, which is part of Niti Aayog, and they put in an entry in the gender empowerment space. And while they did not add up as winners, they, like I said, everyone's a winner, and the jury commended saying, can you create a special award to be able to commend the work they're doing, because they're still work in progress. We're not able to augment some of the data on impact, but the idea of what they're doing really fascinated and caught the attention of the jury members. So heartiest congratulations to Beyond Pinks. Fabulous to be able to have you here as a winner. Move forward. And we continue in this category. Like I said, lots of winners. So second runners-up, Hinduja Global Solutions. Round of applause for them. Very, very good work in the space of women and women empowerment and women development within the organization. Move forward. Second runners-up in the space, Bayer, who also has very good work. Move forward again. And in the first runners-up, we've got Datamatic Global Services Limited, which has also done some really good work. Move forward again. And this time the first runners-up is shared with Dell Technologies. Like I said, Dell leaving its mark literally in every category. And now we announce the winning organization in this space. And the winning organization, I can tell you that between winning organization and first runners-up, we've barely got any difference in terms of scores, but we're going as to the ranking. And the winner in this category, please move forward, Sunil. The winner in this category is Startup Consultancy Services. This is a difficult one to stand up with because they have hundreds of thousands of employees, and the scale and the pervasiveness of their interventions is incomparable, and I am sure requires stupendous amount of effort. So Preeti DeMello and team, take a bow. Ritu Anand, your leadership is outstanding, and we're glad that you joined us earlier today. You may know that the Economic Times, featured their work a couple of months ago. So this was not planned because this entry came in much earlier, but their work is outstanding, and heartiest congratulations. Move forward. And with that, D&I Company of the Year. Now I'm going to pause here to be able to tell you that we did not have this category, and we did not ask people to be able to apply in this category. We've gone as per your cumulative scoring across entries, and those who won in multiple categories obviously have a higher score. these are companies which have not just won in one category, but they've actually have all pervasive cultures of diversity and inclusion. And so what we're doing through these are jury commendation awards, and these are being offered to the organizations that scored the highest. So these are the top scoring 5 organizations at the Best D&I Practice of Asia study. I'm going to start right at the bottom, but really all 5 are winners. So join me in being able to give them a very stupendous round of applause. Move forward, Suneet, and I'm going to call out the special jury. All of them are special jury recommendation award. I'm going to call out first and foremost HSBC Software Development India Private Limited. Give a round of applause for them for being D&I Company of the Year. Move forward. And the special jury recommendation award for top 5 scoring organizations, SEAT Limited. Put a round of applause. Give us a round of applause for SEAT, please. We're going to move forward. And the second runners-up in this space is the Happiest Minds Technologies Limited. Move forward again. And we have the first runners-up in this category, which is Hinduja Global Solutions. One more round of applause for them. Let's see some more love for all the organizations that are winning. I want to be able to get the audiences to be able to react more excitedly for their achievement. Move forward again. Suneet, we want to be able to call out again. This is a shared first runners-up with StarTech. So one more round of applause to StarTech, and there's Priyanka showing off her award. And then move forward, and we're going to call out the winning D&I Organization of the Year. And you're not surprised with that. Give them a very thunderous round of applause. They have swept awards in 10 categories out of 13 categories that we had put forth. Move forward again, and we're going to go to the next category, and this was created by the jury, which is the D&I Head of the Year Award. And I think what they wanted us to do was to be able to identify the best D&I organizations and commend their D&I heads for the stupendous work that they're doing. And these are individual category awards. The individuals concerned did not apply for it. The jury recommended that we find who the D&I head of these organizations are and to be able to commend their stupendous work. So I'm really proud of each one of you and your leadership. So move forward. I'm going to call out these names for you. I think, we're going to start with Natasha Shirazi. So please give a round of applause for her from Dell Technologies. She's a learning and development consultant at Dell Technologies, but is obviously sort of a centrifugal engine of change and positivity in the way in which she goes around doing her work. Move forward, Sunil. Then I'll call out the Shilpa Sinha Harsh. Again, this is a special jury commendation from Hinduja Global Solutions. She's the corporate communications CSR head and also leads D&I at Hinduja Global Services. So heartiest congratulations, Shilpa Harsh. Move forward, and I'm going to call out some more names. These are all outstanding women. Somehow I asked that question during my Food for Thought series, which is why are all the D&I heads women? But we'll deal with that another day. These are outstanding women, and we're all commending their outstanding work. So heartiest congratulations, Preeti Jain she's the CIO for Group Functions IT India at HSBC Software Development India Private Limited and leads D&I for this organization. So Preeti Jain, give a round of applause to her, and heartiest congratulations to Preeti Jain. Move forward, and we want to be able to call out Melina. Move back again, please. Melina Ann Coelho of Northern Trust Corporation. She's the Vice President in India Head Diversity, Equity and Inclusion. We must hear a thunderous round of applause for Melina Ann Coelho. So Melina, heartiest congratulations to you. Move forward, and that's a joint winner, joint winning position with Priyanka Mohanty. Priyanka is ready with a suite of awards today. And so a Vice President, Global Corporate HR and Global Lead for Diversity, Inclusion and StarTech. Heartiest congratulations, Priyanka. Move forward, and we come to the last category. This was also curated. These individuals did not apply for these awards. We've actually reached out as the LNOD Roundtable and WLFA to be able to commend the leadership and the vision of these very outstanding CEOs. This goes in the sequence of top to bottom in terms of the ranking of 5. We have right on the top of the heap, no surprises. And move forward, Suneet. I'm very excited to be able to announce that we're going to be going from the bottom. So give me a second. But heartiest congratulations to Rahul Kanodia of Datamatics Global Services Limited. This is our CEO, DNI CEO of the year. And in our stack ranking, this is the fourth runners-up candidate, but with very outstanding work, and they entered in many categories, which speaks volumes for the quality of work at Datamatics. So heartiest congratulations to Rahul Kanodia. Do we have Rahul Kanodia here today? He was expecting to join.
Can you hear me?
Oh, you are here. Oh, that's great. So I'm delighted to be able to have you here. And so over to you, Rahul. Would love to know from you. Among other things, I must tell you, you probably are aware that you're an extremely popular CEO. And I'm saying this because I think that more often than not, there is fear associated with leadership. I see your team's just so excited about being led by you. And I think you have a reputation for being hugely accessible and very inclusive in everything that you do. So I really want to commend that. We're from outside the organization, and we know so much because we don't just talk to the people who actually give out these awards, but give in the entries. But we have access to a whole host of other people who we interact with through the Women Leadership Forum of Asia. And I must tell you that you have a reputation that precedes you. So we know some great things about you even before you've come in on board. So thank you for making the time and coming today. We're very interested in learning your secret sauce. If you can share with the audience, your Vice Chairman CEO of Datamatics, and you're winning the Best DNI CEO of the Year. Please tell our audiences what makes your organization so distinctive, and what are you bringing in as part of your leadership that makes you so distinctive?
I think as far as DNI is concerned, we do tend to take this topic very seriously. We've been engaged very actively in this space for the last 20 plus years that I can remember. It started with how do we engage women who in India particularly are not able to work from the office because of social reasons. They get married, or they have little children or aged parents, and they have to stay at home. And we, to our surprise, found that actually when we reached out to these women and allowed them an ability to work from home. 20 years ago, that was not even there as a model. Today, everybody's working from home. But we found the quality of people and the caliber and the qualifications far superior to many of our employees. So that gave us a boost, and we had about 12 or 1,400 women working from home at that point in time. And then we expanded this to having handicapped people who with lower limbs, who were challenged with the lower limbs, could work on the computer from home. We even had mentally handicapped people working from home. We then extended this concept to villages, and we have rural women who are wives of steel mill workers. Now you can imagine they were not educated people at all, but we allowed them opportunities to work from their homes and from the villages in live projects in the US or in Europe. And that was extremely gratifying. We've got people who are also the third gender, a large population of the third gender working with us. So it's the concept of inclusivity spans the economic strata, the social strata, the gender strata, so multiple different angles to it. And I must say it has been a very, very gratifying experience, and people feel very sort of obligated, if you will, because many of these people cannot otherwise get jobs.
Yeah.
And this gives them a very good, clean environment to work, a respectable earning. And in fact, when we did this work in village, the education level went up from the 4th grade to the 8th grade on an average. The household income doubled. The marriage age of the woman got postponed by 4 years, which was quite significant for them. Many of the women started their own businesses, and we even helped them start their own business. So we donated and funded computers and projects, and taught them project management, taught them how to use a computer, taught them English language also, and helped them set up their own business, whether it's tailoring or whatever, after they left Datamatics. And even within Datamatics, we've encouraged entrepreneurship. So they started their own data center operations, sponsored by Datamatics. So this gave a lot of the people a very unique opportunity beyond just a job. And I think that's what makes Datamatics different.
Thank you so much for sharing this. And I must say, one more round of applause, for the inspiring CEO. Thank you so much, Rahul Kanodia, for having accepted this award and coming here and joining us today and inspiring our audiences. Thank you so very much for this.
Thank you.
I think with that, we move forward. Suneet, can we announce the other names as well? We don't necessarily have everyone here, but we're going to call out their names. So Suneet, please move forward. We've already called out Rahul's name. The next, we'd like to call out Partha Desarkar, who's the whole-time Executive Director and CEO at Hinduja Global Solutions. Please put your hands together for Partha Desarkar of Hinduja Global Solutions for his very outstanding and astute leadership that has enabled the organization to make so many strides in driving culture change through diversity and inclusion. Move forward, and I'm going to announce the runners-up CEO of the year, Balasubramanian Ganesh, Chairman at HSBC Technology India. Please give a round of applause to him. He's not here today, but he has his trophy. We sent him everything else, and we've had the opportunity to be able to congratulate him in person. So Balasubramanian Ganesh, Chairman at HSBC Technology India, is also the DNI CEO of the year. With that, we arrive at the DNI CEO of the year, and no prizes for guessing. This is the organization that has swept awards today, Aparoop Sen Gupta of StarTech. Congratulations to Priyanka Mohanty and to Aparoop and the rest of the team for having done such a tremendous job. You also won in so many categories, so I must call this out. Coincidentally, we know Aparoop. I know Aparoop from my stint with SR. He was there very briefly, but he led the Aegis organization, left, went abroad, and came back to be able to head the StarTech organization. So it's been a while, but heartiest congratulations to Aparoop Sen Gupta and to Priyanka Mohanty and to team. So ladies and gentlemen, get ready. This time we want to see very many rounds of applauses and hearts and the thumbs up signs, whatever emojis you can use today to be able to congratulate our DNI CEO of the year and the organization that sweeps 10 awards at the best DNI practices of Asia seminar and awards today. We have Alok Ori, President and Managing Director at Dell Technologies. And I must say it is so commendable for him to have joined us in time for the ceremony. And he's waited very patiently, but we want to be able to hear you, Alok. So we want to know the secret sauce. How have you all managed to do this? How can you help mentor people through the LNOD roundtable so that they can not just be inspired, but be able to learn how to be able to tackle so many challenges that organizations that do not have mandate from senior management or do not have the benefit of a visionary leader, or how can they create a business case to be able to strategically drive diversity and inclusion. But first, we want to hear from you. So everyone, one more round of your emoji claps for Alok Ori of Dell Technologies. So Alok, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Sujaya and the entire jury. This is deep. This is really, really very exciting. I'm deeply honored to receive this award and humbly accept the same on behalf of all of 25,000 team members in Dell Technologies India. I must say that when I was asked by the team members to come in and join this session, I asked them, so how many awards are we winning? They said, couple. I didn't know that we have won 10 awards in this session. And this is just really, really very humbling, to be honest. At the same time, very, very exciting. It shows the kind of commitment that the organization has to diversity and inclusion. And some of the other participants, I'm sure, are doing a phenomenal job in this space. And being able to be called out as a winner is, as I said, very humbling. Well, diversity and inclusion is an integral part of our DNA. And it is something that flows all across the organization in India, globally, everywhere. We believe that the closing of the diversity gap is extremely critical to meeting the requirements of the future talent, as well as creating the needs and addressing the needs of the society. At the end of the day, this is all about connecting the two sides and not just leaving one for the other. For us, diversity and inclusion is a business imperative. We want to create a workplace where women and diverse talent wants to work. At the same time, they feel as if they belong to the organization. So it starts with the culture itself. In fact, at a global level, we have decided that our 2030 moonshot goals will be 50% of our global workforce and 40% of the global people leaders will be women by 2030. So that's something that we are absolutely committed to. We are making huge strides in that area. And I can tell you in India, we have more or less got everybody to be committed to getting to a 50% kind of a number much before 2030. And I think we should be able to get there in India very quickly.
That's lovely.
Yeah, to me, D&I is something that comes from inside, and to be able to build that level of understanding and alignment with the team members, it's absolutely critical to first educate them the need for it. Many a times, people out of ignorance don't really take a very, very sincere approach towards this, and that's something that we go about doing in a very systematic, very structured way. From the day a new joinee comes in to the many other training programs that somebody goes through during the course of working for the company, we make sure that there is an aspect of D&I that is included in every training program that they go through. What that does is that when you talk about it so much, and when you really bring in a whole lot of examples in which you can demonstrate to the larger cross-section of the workforce that, look, this is helping the organization from a long-term perspective, and it's also in many ways addressing the needs of the society, the sensitivity goes up dramatically. And we have been extremely, or rather I should say, pleasantly surprised with the level of commitment that comes in after folks go through these kind of training programs with us. And then it becomes very easy. It becomes a part of the culture. It becomes something that people do it very naturally, and many a times also go about, correcting some of the others, the colleagues of theirs, if they were not really aligned to this very important aspect of building the organization for future. We have seen amazing amount of benefits accruing to us in India and globally, and I'm sure as time passes by, we will be able to continue to remain ahead in this particular initiative. Having said that, as I talked to you earlier, we never expected to sweep all of the awards or most of the categories, and for Akil and Jay, I don't mind getting slapped with the MRTP on this one for sure. This is not something that I will even blink my eyelid on. This is something that absolutely goes to the core of what we do. For us, these awards are nothing but an inspiration, yes, and a motivation for continuing to double down on this path, and it will definitely get us more excited in doing things at a much rapid pace in years to come. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you, Alok. Thank you, Alok, for coming in. And I must say that you kind of embody the spirit of everything that your organization stands for. So really well done. And we're really exceedingly proud. And I must thank you. And thank you personally for making the time to be able to join us here today and, really take the conference to the next level, really, by having the D&I CEO of the Year come and address everyone. I think this is very fortuitous for all of us and for the audience. So thank you for coming in and inspiring us.